Hey y'all, it's CeeCeeG. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be making some fried onion rings. Yes, I said fried onion rings. I really like them, and some people can make them, some people can't. But today we're going to be making fried onion rings together. So come along with me into the kitchen and we will get this process started. Okay, so now I'm going to take my onions and I'm going to wash them first. Now I picked up these onions today from a local farmer's market nearby. Some nice fresh onions. You got to support your local businesses instead of putting your money into these big box stores. So I'm going to continue to wash them. I think right now I'm just going to cook 3. I'll save the other one for another time. So I have all 3 washed and ready to go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a paper towel and dry the onions off that I just washed. So get them nice and dry. Because you don't want them to be soaking wet going into the grease when it's time. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is just cut that little piece of that end off. And you want to cut a nice slice of the onion. You know, you want to be able to fry it and you don't want it to be limp. So I'm going to cut back some, but watch your fingers. Turn it this way. Okay, so now I got all my onions sliced. Okay, so now after we have the onions sliced, we're going to pop out. Some of them are not fully circle, and I'm not wasting the onions, so that's out. Trying to make sure I push out the rings. I guess it's a ring. It's kind of hard for me to see. Can't get it out. Trying. I'm making a freaking disaster. It's really, I'm struggling. It's really hard to push them out. And I picked up these onions and on the floor. Onions make your eyes burn. Okay guys, so before we bread the onion rings, we're going to put the oil in the pan. So you can get it started. So I'm not going to heat it up until I'm ready. So now we have all the onions cut up and ready to go. It calls for 2 cups of flour, And then you use a half a cup of cornstarch, some breadcrumbs, salt and pepper. Excuse my jars are getting low, but they'll be enough for what I need to do. And I have some vegetable oil so I can put in a pan and get it heated and ready to go. And it also calls for 2 cups of ice cold water as well. So you'll need to add 1 cup of cornstarch. If you're making this recipe, it usually calls for 1 cup of flour and a half a cup of cornstarch, but since I have a big container of onion rings, I doubled it. So I put 2 cups and 2 cups of flour and 1 cup of cornstarch. Now I'm going to add these 2 cups of ice cold water to the flour and cornstarch, salt and pepper. Next, you want to whisk it and blend it together. Okay guys, so I already finished with the batter, making that, and I have some of the panko breadcrumbs and the onions, and I already preheated my oil on the stove in a frying pan. So I'm sitting here near the stove so I can sit down, but if that grease gets to popping, Big CeeCee is out of here. So I'm going to take one of these onion rings, dip it down in this batter real good. Let's see how this turned out. It's a mess. Let it drip off the excess, and then you want to coat it with the breadcrumbs. So I'm just going to throw it on there. I should probably use a spoon because it's going to get nasty. I can see it now. So drop it on there, and I already added my salt and pepper. I probably will salt them again once I'm finished. Let's see how that does. This is a job, y'all. I'm only on the first onion ring and I'm already tired. I think I should try to turn it over. I'm going to see if I'm going to just do this from now on, or I'm just going to go to my favorite restaurant and get them done, because I have a low tolerance for stuff that's going to take me forever to do. So it's my tongue. looking good so far. I've seen some messy job. Not too bad. Trying to find an easier way and a less messy way to do this. Because the breadcrumbs in this batter is not it. Alright, y'all. Now, I done finished what I'm going to finish with these onion rings. So I'm going to show you what they look like. And this is the first time I ever made them for myself. And, I mean, they're not burnt, but they like brown. So, I don't know if you would still eat this, but let me say this. I will not, let me repeat, I will not be making this again. Because I'm running around, dipping the onions into the batter, dipping it in the breadcrumbs, throwing it in the grease, and then it cooks fast because it's, you know, onions. So I had the heat on like medium, and then I had to run back, do the same thing while it's turning brown. It was just too much. It was just cooking faster than I could move. I think I'm going to leave this to the professionals. So not every video is going to be perfect, but look, I did my best. And then on top of it, dealing with my vision, I had a hard time poking the onion out. I couldn't see it. It was just not for me to do. So I'm going to leave this to my local restaurant, and I'm going to go there and just order them and buy them because it's too much work and I'm exhausted. And I may just add some of these bloopers inside this video because it was a mess. I don't like my hands with batter and breadcrumbs all clumped up on my fingers. It felt nasty. I don't like it, and I won't be doing this again. Okay, y'all, so the onion rings are done, as you can see. I'm going to taste it. I don't feel like going to get no dip. I'm tired. So let me see. It's alright. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh.
It's crunchy.
My gosh.
It needs salt.
Wow.
I'm not doing this again.
At least you're honest.
Yeah. It's a no for me.
I ain't tried them yet.
It's good, but it's crunchy, but it needs salt.
You know, I'm a salt person, so.
Yeah.
No, I ain't ready yet. I ain't ready yet. She not ready.